And welcome back. And as you can see, my Minecraft does look a little bit different from the previous episodes. I got several programs to work, and as you can see, I also built a massive mountain so far. This was recorded, but those recordings were such a mess, so jumbled that I decided to scrap everything and just record from this point onward and redo the whole episode. This also means that a large portion has already been done, so for today's episode I'm going to be focusing on this area here. And I also got the Replaymod to work, so now I can make it a third-person time-lapse instead of a first-person. So I hope you enjoy as I start off by decorating this area into a dwarven mine. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. I'm still trying to figure out how the Replaymod really works, and for now, as you can see, I have some materials in my inventory which I will be using to create some mushrooms on the wall. One here, a smaller one there, a few up here. And let's first make the concrete powder into concrete and then start building it. And I need some... Actually, the white terracotta will work perfectly. And I need to learn how to fly. And land. I'm using magenta as the lower line as it is a more lighter color than the normal one. This needs to go, those need to go. There and there. With that, these need to go. These need to come in. Yeah, that one goes, that one goes. Yeah, that works a lot better than what I initially thought of. Whoops. Double whoops. Yep, there. And now I need birch slabs. Let's see if we still have a few. Yes we do. Wait, did I see correctly? And did we also have some fences? Not enough. So I will be making those off camera. And for this, and just like that, we have a simple, yep, very distinguished shroom. I need some carpets though. Just to add a little bit of texture. That one there. And maybe some snow layers if I have those. Just to keep the snow pattern going. Which I do not, it would seem. Yes, I do. I do have those. This needs to be a tad higher. One here. A little bit there. And I think that, yeah, that will be the end of that one. So, let's add a few more of those, big and small, and build a simple pathway into this area, which will be done in the next episode, or at least in the next episode. The start will be made together with finishing up the mountain, because after this is done, we're moving on to the cliffside here and terraforming that, just so everything is done. So, one more time lapse for good measure on this mountain, and then the terraforming of the cliffside. As you can see, we finished up the mushrooms. From here it looks quite amazing, in my opinion. I will now be moving on to the cliffside here from this starting point all the way to where the grass ends over there. And I will once again be doing a portion on camera and a portion in a time lapse, as these are very time consuming projects. And I prefer it not bore you to no end to just watch me place down stone like this without end. What I will say, and this is just a tip from my experience, cut up all your projects into bite-sized pieces like this. I mean, doing the whole thing in one go is also an option, but I prefer to do it in sections to make sure that that section fits with this one, and this one fits with the next, and the next, and the next, to make sure that everything measures out. And I got everything I needed except for the dirt. Also, where the hell did I leave my... Oh, there it is. There's my destroyer of mycelium. Now for the dirt. Some dirt over here, and some over here. This is enough for this one section. What I'm doing now on this part is just line out or measure out a certain area, because for me it helps me visualize the cliff sides. And this needs to be dirt, 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 and dirt. Because by doing this I create a layer of dirt, which will eventually turn to grass, of course. That shows me where my stone needs to end. And what my normal rule of thumb on this is to go in one block of the line that I've created. And I'll show that in just a second. I just need to put in the last pieces. Now that I've got this, I go over to the line I've created, which would be right here. I set one block in, but what I meant is just below it, so that when you create the cliff, like I can show you right on this little piece actually. By removing this, I can go to here, stone, stone. This is a stone line, of course. There we go. Remove that. Place that, and as you can see it doesn't quite line up, but it works relatively well. And now that I've done this, I can grab my dirt and go like this to create a little bit of overhang. Well, hello there. Oh, thankfully I've got my sword with me. Let's go for a dip. And that idea is just constantly repeated from block to block, and because this has quite the overhang, what I generally do is something like this and make sure it lines up and go in. And by doing it this way, at least for me personally, it works really well and fast, mostly. Because while I do love terraforming there are different projects I want to work on. This can be so excruciatingly slow from time to time that I lose any time to do any other projects, and I'm going to bed real quick. So by doing that little slice, I won't be doing the detailing yet, because that will be done on camera and with, of course, me and you talking. So allow me to do this last piece here, because it's actually a rather unique point, because as you can see it lines up just too much. What I do then is remove a block here, and in this case it's dirt, but it could also be stone depending on what design you're looking for. And by doing it like this, and of course there we go, you create quite the decent looking cliffside. And now I'm looking over here and I don't like this block. There we go. So from here on out it's going to be a time lapse again. This is mostly so I can get used to, well, the program, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be with you again once this is done. Oh, it's right over there if you look into the water. Let's see if we can get a trident, shall we? Yep. There you are. Ow. That hurts. Shame. No trident. Below here I will most likely at some point, when I have a conduit, start rebuilding as well, but that's for a later date. For today we're focusing on this cliff, and actually I think I'll go up to there and then call it an episode. So I will be seeing you once that's over. Here we are again, and as you saw, I've done this entire ledge. I still need to do all the detailing, and that will be done today as well, or at least a portion of it, and a lot will be done off camera. And as you saw in the time lapse, I kind of made a mistake here, but don't worry too much about those. Once you really start detailing, you can usually hide those or just add a little extra layer, which I will be showing as well. But first, let's go to the portion we just started on, do a slice of that, and then from there it's over for today. What I will say when it comes to terraforming, think in veins. A vein of andesite, a vein of coal, a vein of cobblestone, or anything in between. Stone is also a good, useful block as a slab, as you can just add a little bit of extra depth. And apparently I forgot to bring the slabs, but I can show this. Oh wait, no, I didn't forget. I knew I was out. Which is where this handy little thing comes in. Let's say 14. And if you then go over to spots like this and just add one here, move on to a next spot, because this is lower to the water, it would be smoother. And the higher you go, the more cobbled it will get. So let's do a little vein of cobblestone as well. That would be one here and one here. That needs to go here. That and that. From here, these three will be andesite again. And these things that I'm naming aren't exactly set in stone, no pun intended. But these do, for me at least, make the terraforming a heck of a lot easier. Because stuff like this is too big in my opinion. So, stone here. Over to here, slab, slab here. Move on to the next section and rinse and repeat. Remove a few blocks. Andesite. I personally just prefer the look of andesite over cobblestone, but now that I've got some andesite, I'll move in here and add some cobblestone. And because these two are close to each other, I'll add a little slab. I'm leaving pockets like this for lighting eventually. I don't like how you look, so stone here, slab there. And with that we can move on to the next section, because the leaves and sand and everything won't be in this portion. It will be on the next one to create a little hidden beach. Stone here. Oh, you know what? For now let's just do a full stone one. Stair. Oop. Stair. You need to go. Oh, no, you need to stay. It's you that needs to go. And even with just stone, you can make it look quite interesting by just adding a few slabs or staircases. And once you're done with one section, you move on to the next. Make it all fit with each other until you're done. But with that, I am going to say goodbye. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my small tips had some effect on your future projects, and I'll hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.